Get your CME tickets today at masculineexcellence.com.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to The Six Live. The reason we don't have fancy microphones, gotta make sure the guy who is in here is not in here. Yes, I got a crazy bid. Comes with the territory. He wanted to charge me $7,000, so I said, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna go ahead and do it right now. So away we go. All right, so this is the unofficial first season of first episode of season 4 of The Six. I don't know that this is a season or whatever, but I remember when I put this thing together. God, what was it? Back last September. I remember it was you, it was me, it was you, and who else was there? Kevin. Solo, and yeah, that was it. It was us. Oh, well, Steve ended up making it. Yeah, and Mario. Wow, yeah, that's right. So yeah, we've seen him come and go for many reasons, and I've made some personal changes, both out of necessity, and just kind of trying to change things up. I'm actually thinking about bringing on Coach EO for the right, exactly, Chi-Town representing. So. I don't know. What do you guys think of Coach EO? Okay. So yeah, Everett. I'll officially. We're gonna have to start calling this thing like the 9, the 10, the 10. Jesus Christ! All right. Well, let's start with CGA. We'll just work our way across here. Your first impression of the first or the inaugural CME?
I'm glad it went down. I'm very glad it went down. I'm glad it was well organized. It seems like the participants were very enthusiastic. The audience, everybody was very receptive. No egos. Everybody was in it for the right reason. And it was well organized. So that is the point. And that's the point that I want everybody to understand, that when you put on events like this, you want to make sure that everybody's in it for the right reason.
Right.
Okay. And everybody came here and there was a common purpose and a goal. Okay? And I'll be back.
Yes. Oh, there we go. All right. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. I was glad that you agreed to come, because I heard that you brought down the house at that other convention. I'm actually heard that that's probably going to be defunct here in the not too distant future, but that remains to be seen. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be taking jabs. Fresh, man. So you were a member of the panel for a couple of weeks, and then I brought on Hotep Jesus and then CGA. What are your thoughts on what's gone on here? I mean, especially from like a social media standpoint, because I know when I come down to Miami in a few weeks, you're gonna tell me, okay, you should have done this, you should have done that. What are your thoughts on how this thing ran?
Yeah, I think it's good that you're bringing crossovers. So for example, we're all in like different niches. He's in fitness, you're into like lifestyle, Hotep's into like, debates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So bringing crossovers together is very good. And I feel like each person has their own unique take on things. So having that collection of guys together is very important. So you did a very good job doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Give it up. So, Myron, you are one half of the Fresh and Fit podcast, and again, give it up for these guys. Their growth has been What has life been like? I don't know, man. You guys have shot off into the stratosphere. What's life been like since the growth, man?
It's been good, man. But I think the most important thing is, and I always say it, like me and Fresh take it very seriously. We don't forget where we started. You know what I mean?
Right.
For all the guys that put us on, all the guys that took a chance on us when they didn't have to, guys that collaborated with us.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. That's the first thing I said at the top of my speech. And I think the most important thing is loyalty and not forgetting those that helped you get to where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people become very successful and they forget where they came from.
Right.
And for us, regardless, we're always going to be involved in the spirits of some degree. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? So we're going to keep giving these truths out. And, if I got to pull my hair out with a couple of demos every night to do it, it is what it is. But we're just happy to share the stage with you guys, man. Because me and Fresh, were watching all you guys. You know what I mean, before we got here, we were watching Hotep on Rogan, we were laughing at Jack with these chicks. We're laughing at you.
They're all sluts.
TSR lies. What I'm saying? They're all sluts. Coach Greg Adams calling them 304s, and
Yes.
Good boy. We still use that to this day, bro. We still use that to this day. And all that stuff, and it's awesome. So yeah. So no, we're just happy to be here.
Good. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. I think one thing that Myron and I have in common is that a year ago, you and I both had much more hair up here. Because I actually noticed when I made the first appearance on Fresh and Fit back when you guys had like 200 subscribers. And it's been, but I told you guys, I said, you guys are going to pass me. I knew you guys were.
You and Coach did call it, man.
Yeah. I knew the talent was there. That was obvious. But I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, I'm getting a little thin up top. And so when I got back home, I took the mirror and I was like, holy shit, I really am losing my hair. This Father Time is undefeated, but my man Jack here put me onto a company in Miami who's going to fix that for me, right?
Fix both of us. I'm supposed to keep that on the low, but I guess,
Theoretically.
I need that number too, no.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get all of that, man. Hey, listen, we're very blessed to have a
Just
resource.
come on home, brother. Just take it
Oh,
off.
man.
Just take it down.
Listen, I'm fortunate enough to where the growth is kind of still even that I can keep it close. But you guys know me. Sometimes I'll just take it all off just because I'm trying to change the look. Might be doing that out of necessity here in the not too distant future if I don't go with Jack down to Miami for this treatment. So Jack, coming from Chi-Town, man, what's the CME been like for you, man?
Man, it was an excellent experience, definitely motivation, being able to put the faces to the names that I've been talking to over the phone, actually being able to pick people's brains. Shout out to Hotep, Myron, Fresh, Coach, and you always been somebody I can always call, for advice, because it was just pretty much matching my business to the raw talent.
Right.
And just, it's been a motivation. It was a well put together event. Everything was professional. The professionalism was top notch. I'm just glad to actually be a part of it, and having that invite and just taking this experience, and I'm gonna move forward, and I'm just gonna push for my brand and make sure, next time we come back next year,
you better believe it,
we're doubling and tripling the numbers that we got now.
Now I remember the very first time you reached out to me, and the only reason I knew about you was because of O'Shea. And I remember when you sent me a Facebook message, I'm like, do you remember that? I was like, dude, is this really Minister Jab? And Jab was like, I'm humble. I'm like, yo, I'm a big fan. Dude, I was a complete fan.
I lose so many accounts, like people think I'm a troll. But that's me, man.
This guy, I think, he's the only person who has lost more YouTube channels than there are actual YouTube channels. I think you've got like 21 backup channels that we know.
I got backup channels, but I'm better and more refined.
There we go.
See that raw, uncut, no seatbelt riding to work after dating a bunch of bimbos and single moms and pissed off going to work? That was the uncut real Jack. Now you're getting this, businessman.
You're refined.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more refined. I wish I had my church organ. We need the note and then the stupid. Hotep, what's this been like for you, man? Now, Hotep, for those of you who don't know who this guy is, this guy has worked for 50 Cent. Yeah, that 50 Cent. He's been on Rogan. He's been on the Fox News channel. He's debated people on national stages. What's this been like for you? Because it's almost like you're kind of a big fish in a small pond, but I don't ever get that vibe from you, that you've ever been, that you've ever rubbed elbows with these, masters of the universe and titans of the industry.
We rubbed elbows. I just didn't like it. I got a filter for people. For men, I say, who's around that individual?
Right.
If it's a person who's been solo for a decade, I'm like, I don't know if I can trust them. It's a lot of solo leaders out there.
Right.
But when you see somebody connect individuals, there's something special about that guy.
Yeah.
Right? It's something genuine about that guy. So he hit me. He was like, yo, we got this show, the 6. Yo, you down to do it? I looked at my phone. I said,
Oh, word. Oh, yeah, I'm in there. You know
I couldn't believe it. This one I ran downstairs like, yo, Dev, who Dev said he's gonna die that show? Dude, I couldn't believe it, man. Dude, I called my mom. Seriously, I called my mom. I texted my brothers. They could not book because they knew who you were because of the, now infamous Starbucks video.
So you mentioned before what you could do next time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, suggestions, by the way, please, by all means.
So there's always going to be what I'll do next time.
Yeah.
They've been doing the Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls is it?
54. That will be. There'll be 56 next year. Yeah.
56. Every year they're like, hey, yo, we should have did this. We should have did this. But it's the evolution of it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for your first one, this shit was perfect. Yo, this. Like the first one, you're not even really doing for money. You really doing that for the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you've learned a lot just from putting this one on. So the next one, like I can only imagine what the second one gonna be like. The second one gonna have this whole room full. It's gonna be people like standing in the back and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because the first one you gotta let them know it's real out here.
Yeah.
Like, everybody here is like practically like Donovan Illuminati right now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like you in the brotherhood now. I know
Yeah.
all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, it begins that brotherhood.
Yeah.
And when they see the Titans, it's a beautiful thing.
I think it's cool, man. And I will say this. You guys know, and again, anyone who has followed me for any amount of time, you guys have seen the steady improvement in my studios, right? My very first studio was it was Devin's, it was an iMac. I was in the corner of our bedroom, I was kind of doing it from there. I think it was like every 2 or 3 months I was making some sort of improvement. That is the same scale. I'm gonna do this at the same scale. My studio then to what it is now, that's exactly what I plan on doing with this. I think this is definitely a good jumping off point. I still can't believe that I have actually pulled this off. I feel like I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be back in Philly and none of this ever happened. But shout out to you guys, shout out to our team, shout out to our photographer, Keena, her husband, Blake, they absolutely killed it. Give them a hand. The production team, again, Keena, Blake, holy smokes. Oh, I forgot your name, sweetheart. What's your name again, Katie? Katie, that's it. Katie, Andrew, oh my God, George Kellis, Max Kellis, the entire production team. Those guys were the reason why I was able to put it in cruise control throughout the actual conference. Now, leading up to this point, there was a lot of groundwork that had to be done, but hiring those people, that was the best decision I've made. So again, give them a hand, guys. Oh! Shout out to Black. Wow, okay, so we have several super chats. So big thanks goes out to Marco Polo with the $15 super chat. I really feel like I'm in the air now. Says, real talk, appreciate that. Big shout out to Black Lemur 2009 with another $500 super chat. Here. Appreciate that.
Black Lemur, man, appreciate you. You sent me a nice donation today too on my live stream from the room.
He supports, man.
Shout out to Black Lemur.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. It's incredible, dude.
He's more than like a donor, man. He's like
like a sponsor. Yeah, it's a sponsor. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Like a couple
This
of
episode
cameras.
of The Six is brought to you by Black Lemur 2009.
Yeah.
He's the
Whatever
reason
company you come up with.
Are you serious? Oh, that's what
He got the kick-out cam.
Oh, yes, I
He
love
got
it, man.
the lemur cam, the kick-out cam.
He's invited to any
Whatever
show that we
company
have.
come out
Real
with,
talk.
he's supporting that.
Listen, I gave him access to my entire course catalog. So I said, listen, send me a text message or send me an email. He's welcome here at the CME anytime. He has more than paid his dues. Shout out to Red Pill Mike. He couldn't be here. He had some family stuff going on. Who is actually in the chat right now. Big thanks goes out to Miguel Edwards with the $5 super chat. Says Master J is the Wolverine of the Avengers. Who's Master J? Oh, Minister. Oh, you are the Wolverine. Yes, you are the Wolverine, aren't you?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
I'm like the White Ranger. Y'all play the flute, I'm coming through, you know what I mean?
Very good. Big thanks goes out to Geeky Anomaly sitting here in our audience with the $5 super chats, as I can testify. This was awesome. Give him a round of applause. Woo! Love it. D Digital with the $25 super chat says, appreciate all the knowledge I've gained from y'all, all growth and expansion from here. So now we're going to open up it up to the audience. If you have a question, simply raise your hand. We will call on you. You can ask whoever, all of us, one of us, none of us, whatever the case may be. Don't be shy. So go ahead and raise your hands. In the meantime, oh wait a minute. Give me a second. This is
fresh as fuck.
Oh, this is fresh.
A lot of girls hand them up right now.
Yeah, man. I'm getting like booty.
Are you still in Vegas?
It's like a booty pick, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Right. King Life with the $15 super chat, he says, the next CME is going to be lit. Asperger's Daniel Radcliffe is done. I wonder who he could be talking about. That's a good one. Asperger's Daniel Radcliffe. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, to that guy, look, man, like, it comes down to this, man. You guys all know the story, the hit pieces, and all that other kind of stuff, man. This dude did everything you could have, and I can't talk about it specifically because, of course, there's some legal proceedings going on in the background. I don't want to jeopardize any of that stuff. But Mr. President, you have no idea what's coming for you, my friend. If you think that I'm just going to claim victory on the back of the CME, you got another thing coming, dude. You went a bridge too far, and you, my friend, you're going to learn a very expensive and embarrassing lesson. You're going to learn. You are going to learn, and I'm going to be the son of a bitch who teaches you that actions have consequences. So if I were you, I would certainly get your legal team ready because it's not over yet. It's not over. Let's see. Xanatos Clutch with the $20. My fucking lawyer's gonna call me now. He's gonna be like, Xanatos Clutch with the $20 super chat says, just put this toward the 2022 CME. Appreciate that. King Calafia, $10 to shout out. Khalifa? Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. King Khalifa, $10. A shout out to the panel for all the content that you all put out for us to improve our lives. Appreciate that. Miguel Edwards, another $20 super chat, says proud of y'all's growth. Pop Onaya Shelley, $20 super chat, says support for the brothers. Thank you. Dranor, $50 super chat, says $50 super chat. I wish we had the Don DeMarco button, man. Don DeMarco.
You know what? I want to make an announcement right now. Guys, we're going to make sure we bring our audio engineer, Trey.
Yes.
And we'll hook it up on the next one.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Exactly.
I like where you're at.
We're with you, bro. We're with you. Like,
All right,
we're going to
very
make
good.
sure this thing, you put these other competitors out of business, bro.
Yeah.
This is a team. Like, if you come at Donovan, you come at us.
Real talk.
There you go.
Real talk, man. Real talk. You are in.
We're going to make sure we win. We will win.
Yeah.
And we stand, baby.
That's right.
We stand. We're going to bring our resources and we're going to make sure this is the best fucking event.
All day, every day. Dude, there is so much I really want to say, but I'm gonna keep it clean. $50 super chat said couldn't make it live, been watching with the virtual ticket. Thanks for all your work and a variety of great speakers covering all aspects of masculinity. Appreciate that. Ricky Webster, $10 super chat says, love to see all these legends on one stage in one place. French toast props do. French toast props. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, alumni of the 7. Dude, he's probably going to be on TV at some point soon. I'm surprised he hasn't called it. Any questions in the audience? Yes, Kiki Anomaly. What you got?
Each one of you going down the line, what was your most favorite standout moment of the entire CME?
Well, I'm gonna say Hotep Jesus' speech to me stood out.
Yeah, I'm humble.
I think,
I'm
yeah,
humble.
you know,
I'm
I mean, I
humble.
watched him.
I'm humble.
Yeah, I think his energy during the speech, he was the speech preceding me, so I got to check him out and see his energy and what he offered. He had the crowd electrified. I think that was a good thing. I'm gonna add one more. I think people really underestimate the support that you have. The guys that are here doing that. You guys are very much appreciative. If you aren't here, then there's no reason for us to be here. And the people that are watching us that continue to support us makes our growth that much more essential. I mean, that support is essential to our growth. So just to see the people here, they see us in person, and they're like, hey man, we look up to you, you've helped me. We get to see it not behind the screen, not with a super chat.
Yeah.
We actually can see it physically here. So I appreciate all of you guys here that are supporting, and everyone was attentive and attending all the speeches. It's great.
Fantastic. Shout out to you guys, man. Other than the Lamborghini Aventador, fresh, what was a standout moment for you here at the CME?
Yeah, so I pretty much know all your content. Most of you guys on the panel as well. Hotep, Mr. Jap, Donovan, Sharpe, Myron Gaines, and those great items, and the rest of the guests. But for me, it's kind of like putting a name to the face for all the guests here at 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I would see super chats and like, mods, but I didn't know who most of you were. So seeing in person, like Dr. Thunder, Geeky Anomaly, that meant a lot to me. So matching the name to the face was good for me.
Good stuff. What about you, man?
For me, it was like just talking to you guys and shaking hands and like meeting you guys and seeing you in person, man. Like that, like it's one thing when you're, behind, you're in front of the camera and you're talking your shit, you know what I'm saying, or you're like arguing with some dumb feminist bimbo or whatever it is, and you look, right? I'll never forget when I was debating that chick, which that video is up to like 400,000 plus views right now. So thank you guys for that. I looked up and I saw 10,000 live viewers.
Woo!
And I was like,
yeah, man, give it up!
And I pointed at the thing and I told her there's 10,000 people here because they can't say what we're saying. We're saying it for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, most guys can't challenge you on your stupidity because for fear of losing their job, for fear of being ostracized by society, for fear of being shamed for being toxically masculine, whatever it may be. So I'm saying what they're thinking. That's why we have 10,000 people here at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Listening
to this crap right now. And, just seeing that number on the screen, you don't know who's behind the screen. So to be able to shake hands with you guys and, see how like we touched you in some way, whether it was like an old fitness video that you guys watched from like a year ago, or an episode that you remember where I like, debated a girl, even something simple like, hey, when you guys put those ninja masks on and put that music on, it's hilarious. Put the caps on.
I love it.
Like, you guys have no fucking idea.
Kick them bitches out.
Yeah,
real
man.
talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Kick out can, baby.
You guys have no idea how much that means to me and Walt, man. Like, seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, like, when we're up late at night and we're working and we feel like dying and we're filming Patreon videos, whatever it may be, or dealing with these annoying bimbos, we know that you guys are waiting in the chat saying, these niggas are late again. and we do it happily, and to be able to like see the other end and shake hands with you guys and see some of that 10,000 that's watching live, thank you guys so much for that. That's my highlight.
For example.
Yeah, man. So thank you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Jack, what about you?
Oh man, it was a great experience. And the best part about it was pretty much just meeting the people.
Hang on 1 second. There's somebody spamming in the chat. Get rid of them. There we go. Yeah. I was trying to do silent. All right, go ahead. My bad.
But yeah, the best part was pretty much meeting the people that say that the content I have saves their lives. And I didn't know it was that serious. A lot of times I'm playing, and I get calls from Kevin Samuels all the time, like a father. Like, he's like,
right?
You're bullshitting, you're playing. I get calls from him, and I'm like, I don't feel like talking to you. They about to cuss me out because I didn't take it as serious. And as I started taking it serious, it's resonating more with the people, and the response is motivating.
Yeah.
And then just coming up here, being able to speak to the people I've been speaking to, like Myron, Hotep, Fresh, Coach, many other people that I've been speaking to about, enhancing my business and just learning the business and being able that they are so approachable.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, and it's just like, man, I know that my work is appreciated. So now it's just like, it's motivation for me. I can't wait to get back home to Chicago, get back on editing, pumping out more content, and just really giving y'all the best content possible. The last video I did, a lot of guys have been running up on me, and a lot of emails, and a lot of guys who were here. That last video about male suicide, as far as the simping, it touched a lot of people. I want to do more content like that and still entertain y'all as well, but the subject matter is going to get even better, and this is just the motivation that I'm actually being able to touch you guys like that. No homo. But you know what I'm saying? It's motivation. I feel good, and then knowing people that didn't know my content, I'm meeting new people who didn't know my content. Now they're starting to search and putting the face to the name. So I appreciate everybody coming out.
Good stuff. Subscribe to Minister Jeff. I promise you, if you subscribe to his YouTube channel, you're probably going to have to subscribe to another one a week later when he gets another 90 days.
Your girl is going to try to dump you, and your job might come.
Yeah, don't watch this at work, man. Don't do it. Hotep, what's the highlight for you, man?
You can't pick just one, so I'm gonna just run through the whole game.
Let's do it.
We gotta start with Donovan. We gotta start with Donovan because when you see Donovan, he just looked like the guy I'd want to be if I created a player in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, baby.
Big and strong like Suge, but still fly and flashy. And it's just like, and his personality is like, it's more amiable than gangster. Some people try to portray him to be. It's like, no, that's not that guy. But so Donovan is just like fresh and fit.
Oh my God, these guys.
These guys are like my favorite. They got a good balance between the energies, like Fresh, he's gonna give you all that Instagram, show you, chicks giving them head on the balcony, and then
Patreon.com.
And then when they done with him, Myron gonna kick them out.
No shit!
So that balance is crazy. I've always been a fan of, picking people older than me and always have respect for my elders. And Coach Greg is like, that's like my uncle down there. Like, he don't even know it. Like, I really like when he speak, I really like absorb. You know what I'm saying? So, you putting the six together is dope because we get to meet everybody.
Yeah, man.
And Jap a hood legend.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm over here like, I'm saying this Mr. Jap. Like, I can't wait to go back home and tell niggas like, yo, I was showing Mr. Jap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just culturally how Jap relates to me. So all of that was dope, but the event itself is really good. I can't really pick out a single moment. All I can say is that the best thing about this for me is like what Jap touched on. I feel like more motivated now. I want to go home. I want to turn the hustle up. I want to make some tweaks. I feel different and I feel lifted. Like I'm a new person after this.
Good. Wow. Very good. That was question number one, right? Let me run through some super chats here. El Baracho, $20, says showing me my support. Edman 2002-209 says it was good to be here and how nice and professional I really enjoyed my time here with you all. Appreciate that. Red Bill Mike with the $100 super chat. Give me a hand, guys. Yeah. Says when men create from a vision that is dedicated to strengthen and empowerment, the only detractors can impede the process are the power-hungry crackpots who are upset they didn't do it first or better. Seeing this esteemed gathering of men is groundbreaking. Wow, that dude needs we gotta start him a blog, man. RedPillMike.com. Anonymous with a $100 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, appreciate y'all helping men. Each of you guys on your own brings something much needed for us. Thanks again, brothers. #masculinity. Thank you very much for that $100 super chat. Let's keep going with questions. I like the fact that the highlight for me is just the fact that we pulled this off. But the fact that I now can shake hands with Chris Rice, Dr. Thunder, Thomas Rodriguez, they're in the audience. Yes, I remember you, but yeah, dude, all of you guys, man, it's just so cool to meet you guys in person. Like Jap said, it's surreal to see the screen names, but when I actually get to shake hands with BK from the Rockies, it really is something special for me. Chris, what you got for me, man?
So first of all, you guys brought a lot of energy to this conference, and the value for what we paid for this was like beyond. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm gonna have to start a by the way, after this is over, after everything is paid, I'm gonna have to start a GoFundMe. Go ahead.
Can you guys share some of your morning routines to kind of keep your energy up? Because like I was trying to keep pace and I was dragging butt.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are some of the tips and tricks that you guys found? Because I noticed you guys travel a lot more. I would definitely like to be able to be a part of other things that you guys do in different places. But I'll be honest, I can't hang with it. Especially fit. You guys, I don't think you guys actually sleep.
I guess we'll start. We'll go this way this time. Go ahead, Otep.
Fucking work out, man.
Yeah, man.
Get up and go to the gym. Life is about drugs.
I'm listening.
Everything that happens in the mind is a chemical reaction. Serotonin, melatonin, these different elements of the mind, of the brain, right? These chemicals.
Yeah.
And they alter us. You can do it artificially. You can force it. You can force the endorphins upon the mind. There's healthy ways to do it, and there's unhealthy ways to do it. So it's like you got to hijack the computer or the machine that your body is. Once you understand the human body, that's why it's important for people to understand anatomy, because once you understand the body, you know how to operate in this matrix. If you know the endorphins make you go, you got to look at the list of things that make the endorphins pop. And working out is one of them. All right, that's a healthy option. So I just wake up, hit the gym.
Good stuff. And all of our IQs have gone up by 5 points there. Every time Hotep talks, he makes me feel dumb. Jeff, your routine to keep the energy up.
Oh, okay. As of lately, I've been really turning up as far as being more consistent with my content, and the best thing that's been happening to me is pre-workout.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee. I wake up in the morning, 2 scoops with a NutriBullet in my shit. Make my smoothies and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, knock out my show, then go right out, and then I do about 2 hours in the gym. I'm down about 25 now.
Woo!
And I'm just
Wow. Yeah, give it up, baby.
Staying hydrated, staying focused, and just reading, paying attention to what everybody else is saying in the blogs, and just trying to outthink my competition, thinking about what my next move is. But start early, man. Don't let the day catch the day. Get up 6 in the morning, get right to it. So by 9, you're ready to go.
Good stuff. For me, there's not really a technique. And of course, you guys know I'm a dude. Modafinil, every sort of stimulant, coffee, modafinil. Had a recent health scare out in Phoenix, so I can't really do that too much anymore. But there's really not a routine because every day I wake up, and it's weird because I'm afraid to fail. I think it's that fear of failure. And what's interesting, before I got into this business, my alarm would go off or I'd wake up for the first time, I'd just kind of fall back to sleep. But I can't do that anymore. If the first time I wake up is at 3:30, as soon as I figure out, okay, what city am I in? Okay, now what can I do to improve, my show, my topics and everything like that? For me, it's the fear of failure. That's what drives me. It can be a blessing and a curse because, and you guys are experiencing that right now, man. You guys are young, the iron's hot, you got to put the pedal to the metal. But at some point, I have to learn to rein that in. But to me, that's a good problem to have. So for me, it's the fear of failure, the fear that I could wake up, I could turn on my computer, my phone, and my content is off of the internet for some reason or another. That's what causes me to instantly wake up and say to myself, okay, how can I avoid or prevent this from happening? So that's how I do it. Myron.
For me, it's a little bit unorthodox because, as you guys know, we do our late night show. So, that goes 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And then, I go to sleep after, or I clean up the studio where we get after every show, we go get sushi. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Tray, and we pretty much plot what we're going to do next. And, and then we go to bed pretty late. Fresh wakes up early, which he'll explain to you guys. But me, I sleep in like until 2, 3, 4 p.m. sometimes. Sometimes I'll sleep right until we do our next show at 6 p.m. And then I'll do the show, or I'll wake up at 4 or 5, make sure I go to the gym, or I'll do the show at 6. As soon as we're done with that show, go to the gym, then come back, do the after-hour show. Wow. And pretty much my life revolves around the show. So good. Right now, we're not really dealing with chicks like that unless
so you don't
they come
have time,
to the show
right?
or whatever. But we're not going out on dates or doing any other thing. Like pretty much if we're gonna go out with girls, it's all right, is this gonna benefit the show? Nah. All right, no, you don't do it. So that's what I would say is that it's just everything. It used to be I used to live my life around the gym. Now I live my life around the show, and I make sure the gym is put in there because I understand that the gym is what created the mental fortitude for success. So I got to keep that in there to continue to have that that mentality and that tenacity to apply it over to the show.
Good stuff,
So,
man. All right. Fresh. Oh, by the way, shout out to you also, boy, Allende, the artist back there. Allende actually hooked us up with a couple of dope-ass paintings, man. Give it up for Allende! Yes, sir! Fresh, what do you do to keep your mental edge besides smashing these Instagram O's?
I mean, for me, it's like the why, because every morning I wake up, it's 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's because I'm driven, because I see people out there getting stuff that I want, and it's like, why can't I have it?
Okay.
So every morning I wake up, I post on Patreon, I post on YouTube, but it's kind of like, for me, it's okay, why am I still here on Earth, right? What's my purpose? So every morning I look at my goals on my vision board in my room, and it's like very high goals I have. I have short-term and then long-term goals, and if I haven't reached my short-term goals, I don't really feel like I feel like I'm wasting time. So I get up, do those goals first, or try to do them as soon as possible. And my long-term, I look at it as a long-term goal. So everything I do is towards those goals. So it drives me to do more each and every day. Each and every day. So for me, it's kind of like, you know what? Every morning I wake up, look at my goals, and then try to get those done as soon as possible.
What Fresh just described is something that has been taught for generations in terms of being driven, is to write it down. Visualize it. I want to, deadlift 500 pounds by the end of the year. I want to make, $500,000, whatever the case may be. I think it is very, very important. That's actually something that I've gotten away from, so I just learned something there. CGA, how do you keep your mental and physical edge?
Well, I have this old quote that every college every high school coach probably has used in any sport: hard work beats talent. Talent doesn't work hard. All right, so I wake up with that on my mind, and I'm looking at it like, if I'm not doing anything, what's eventually going to happen is somebody's going to take my spot.
Yeah.
And I'm always waking up with that. So I had a fitness business, and I ran that for 9 years. And my first client started at 5:15. Okay, so I would wake up at 4:25 every morning. I had 2 clients that started 5:15. One went 3 days a week. The other went the other 2. And now I focus all of my stuff around the shows. So I added a morning live stream now. Some of you guys, my morning people.
Yes.
So on another channel, I'm up at starting at 6:45. Now some people think that's early, but I used to get up at 4:25. All right, so I get to sleep in now to do my morning show. Right, I'm up at 6 o'clock and I have my routine, and I get my cup of coffee, and then I get into my rhythm, and so that's the one thing that I want people to understand is we don't have a situation where we're satisfied or we're content.
Yeah.
Everybody's always trying to do something. We're looking at the competition. I more or less don't look at the competition. I look at it as, this is the one opportunity that this open window has provided me for. I didn't have this planned in my life, but people have wanted more content. Every time that I've given more, people have consumed more. And I'm going, okay, well, what's the limit then? All right, another channel, another Instagram, another, and some people keep consuming it. So I'm looking at it as Fresh and Fit wasn't here last year, but look at them now.
Real talk.
So as a content creator, I'm going, okay, all right, now what must I do? I got to look at that type of structure. I wasn't here 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, I had 0 videos doing this, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
So that's how fast it can work. So now that I have this open opportunity, I wake up in the morning, I do the show, and then sometimes my kids they get to school, and then I organize the rest of my day to plan for the afternoon live stream. And then after that, after I'm done, then I start doing everything around my life. But no one waits. I'm a self-starter.
Yeah.
Okay. I am a self-starter. No one has to tell me what to do about any damn thing. I'm gonna over-deliver 100% of the time, and I'm gonna outperform, and I'm gonna outwork you. All right. Now, if I suck, then I suck. But I don't need anybody to say, man, you know what you should do? Nah, man, I already got that figured out.
There you go. Good stuff. And for those of you who don't, self-starter means he's self-motivated, right? Like nobody has to push us. Hey, man, you could. No. And again, there's nothing special about any of us up here. Only that we've decided that we are going to do this. Every man has it in him to be a self-starter. You just have to have your reason. Let me read a couple more super chats, and then we'll take a couple more questions. Try to individualize them so that we can get you guys' questions. And Sydney PTF says, I can't express $20 Australian dollars. I can't express how much I wanted to be there, but stuck in Australia. I appreciate all of you gentlemen so much. Appreciate that. Rita, $5 super chat, says excellence is working. Jason Bravo with the $100 super chat says CME exceeded my expectations. Shout out to CGA, some great takeaways. What are some suggestions on how I can improve my relationship with my father? Love was there, but didn't raise me to be masculine, and we never saw eye to eye growing up, on the verge of falling out. Wow. I'm in kind of a similar situation with my dad. Yeah, my dad was a pussy, man. I had to teach myself essentially how to be a man, and I mean, I take responsibility for all of my actions, but because I didn't have anyone to show me how to be a man, I made a lot of mistakes, which I talked about in yesterday's keynote. My advice to you, and I guess we'll try to keep this as brief as possible, my advice to you is just try to, I don't know how old you are, but I mean, I'm 43, my dad was 18 when I was born, so he's not too much older than I am, I mean, you're going to have to reach out to him. Maybe try to find some common ground, because if you don't, and he leaves this world before you're ready, you could end up regretting it. So that's kind of what I'm going through now. Jose, what do you suggest, man?
I think you said it all.
Okay, all right.
You know, I would suggest getting a mentor and looking for people who have the masculinity that you want to.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to say necessarily mimic, but you can take aspects of it and improve your life with that. Shout out to George in the back. He was telling us today, like, we shouldn't call it the manosphere anymore. We should call it the mentor spirit.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Because it's a lot of us that are mentors we didn't necessarily know it. You know,
right?
And it's people that they're not mimicking us to the T, but there's pieces of it that we offer that they can use to improve their lives. So I think that you just look for a mentor. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kevin Samuels and Donovan being my mentor. More Kevin, because he's always on me, but that has improved me mentally, my business, me taking this seriously. Like Coach just said, hard work beats talent. When talent is not working hard, talent not working hard. But listening to Kevin Samuels as a mentor, you know, strengthened me as a creator. So find a mentor. Okay. It may not be your father, but somebody with that figure.
Now, Marion, you have a good relationship. I assume you have a good relationship with your father. So what's your suggestion to this guy?
Yeah, man. I mean, I always said it, like, when my dad, growing up, I hated him. But as I became an adult, I learned to, like, love him, and now he's a friend, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think when you hate your dad growing up, he's doing his job. So, you know, the more you hate him in your adolescence, when you're most prone to become a fuck up, the more likely they're doing a good job. So I would say, you know, obviously only you know what you and your dad have been through, you know, together. Yeah. Figure it out. See, you know, is it worth, like, not talking to your father, your own flesh and blood, before his time passes? Yeah. And 9 out of 10 times, I guarantee it's probably not going to be worth it to not talk to him. So, you know, and then also find a mentor. I agree 100% with Jack that a mentor is very important, because your dad could be the best person ever, but he's not going to know everything. So you're going to need other masculine figures in your life that you can learn from and grow from. And then having a tribe, man. I always say it, like, the reason why I tell you guys all the time don't have platonic female friends is because, well, besides the fact that women are useless as platonic friends, they don't really have, they don't understand the masculine burden performance whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, women live a different existence than we do. Right. And quite frankly, they're not equipped to handle your problems. Men are, though. So you want a tribe of like-minded guys that you can kind of talk to. And if you have issues or questions or whatever, you be vulnerable to them. Never be vulnerable to your girl, because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know what I mean? Right. Like women are hardwired to, like, be unattracted to you as soon as you become vulnerable to them. Yep. Despite what society tells you, despite them saying, open up to me, but it's all fucking cap. I wish I had my blue hat right now. Like, they are literally designed to be repulsed by you if you open up to them. So you need male figures in your life that you can open up to. Your father might be one, or other male friends that you can trust that are going through the same struggle as you. So that's what I would say.
Okay, good stuff. Fresh.
For me, I never had my dad in my life growing up. Okay. So I was looking for somebody to help me, like, become a man, and I looked to, like, rap, you know, videos on YouTube. Yeah. So I found a mentor that really helped me, like, guide my steps. So I was find a mentor that can help you, you know, along that path, because it may not be your dad, but I would say understand who your dad is. Yeah. And don't try to change him, because he's not going to change for you. He's too old. So he's set in his ways. So I would say, you know what, take it for what it is. Talk to your dad. Hey, man, you know, I know you're not the best dad for me, Paulie, but I respect you as a man. And that to me is kind of like how you would bridge that gap, because you're not going to change him. And before he dies, at least be there and say, you know what, I tried to make things work.
Sure.
So that at least you can go to your grave saying, you know what, I tried.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
CGA.
Yeah, one thing, now that I'm a father, that I understand is that you never know what your father may have been struggling with.
Yeah,
You might want to ask him, because he could have been having some struggle in life that you have no awareness of. Because as adults, we try to shield our kids from understanding the full gamut of our burden of performance.
Yeah.
As you talked about, as a man, what we go through, I mean, people will attach to us because we're strong. You know what I mean? Or attach to us because we're the workhorse, we're the mule. You're just supposed to work. And in that, they'll distract you. They'll ask you questions. They'll start asking you to do 100 different things because we're supposed to. And he might have said, he might not have been there for you in your youth, but he can probably be there for you as an adult if you figure out why he wasn't there in your youth. Ask him a question. What was going on in your life? The father was young, potentially.
Yeah.
He was a young father. He just didn't know. He didn't have leadership. So maybe have a discussion with the fathers. Like, I really want to understand, at this point in my life, what was it? Because my father was around. I didn't live with him. But being that I grew up with my mother, typically what would happen is I could quit things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could quit things. I could just be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to practice. I don't want to do that. Well, I didn't have anybody to light that fire.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose that I try to serve to my kids. Like, nah, you're not gonna quit. And they think it's because I don't want them to quit. It's like, no, because I know I needed somebody there to tell me not to quit. So I refuse. If anything in life you learn, I refuse to let you quit. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's because I needed that in my life. So
I think the takeaway from Jason Bravo's question, I think it was, is I think we have to realize parents are people too, right? They have all the faults and frailties that the average person has. And CJ, you just nailed it on the head. My father was he was 19 years old when I was born. He was a kid. There's no way he could have ever known anything. What's more is that his father, my grandfather, was an extremely hot-blooded individual. Clearly it skipped a generation, because I am much more like my grandfather personality-wise than I am because my dad is just a laid-back, blah, 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 blah. My grandfather was he was an alcoholic, and he was physically abusive to my grandmother, who recently passed away at 98 years old, God rest her soul, passed away in her sleep at 98, so she wins in life. But yeah, I think we have to understand that parents are not, because when I was young, my dad was my hero. But that's exactly, but was exactly for the wrong reason. You hated your dad growing up. I love my dad growing up, and now we have literally the opposite. We have the opposite relationships with our fathers. So hopefully that gives Mr. Bravo a little bit of advice there. Colonel Sanders, the 16th. Says, being able to witness the culmination of excellence that all of you have been working for years lets me know that there is hope for men. Because of you, I've grown richer in confidence, money, and excellence. Thank you. We're going to round third and hit for home here. Johnny H, $10 says, Diaz is slowly becoming the Morpheus, just as the prophecy intended. Can't wait to be there next year. Appreciate that. The pimped out platypus. Swear to God. $60 super chat says, a few shekels of my appreciation. I've watched every one of you brothers and learned something from all of you. You guys are the tribe of men I didn't know I needed. And for that, I thank all of you. Khalil G, $5, says church checking in, and then the organ. The goddamn bacon, $2.23, says this show in the comment section was fun. Cheers. And okay, that is going to do it for this, the first ever live version episode of The Six. Thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see. I don't know when I'm going to reprise The Six in a couple of weeks. Dev and I are going to take some much needed time off, but definitely before the end of the month, we will start season 4 of The Six. Hopefully, Coach EO will accept our invitation. But thank you all for being here. I'm going to give one last address, but for now, give us a hand. All right, cool. So I guess this is the official end of the inaugural CME. thank you all for coming out. Again, thank you to Devin, thank you to Chris Rice, Dr. Thunder, the camera crew, which just left, Sterling Cooper, I see you in the back, Allende, Phil Foster, his wife Lana, who I'm pretty sure can deadlift more than I can, George Bruno, yeah, she's ripped, Geeky Anomaly, stand up, man, give him a hand. This guy right here did all of the freaking out, so I didn't have to. So I appreciate that, and I look forward to working with you as well. So thank you very much for that. BK from the Rockies, I think he's already. Oh, okay. Well, shout out to him. Yeah, that's gonna conclude this. I can't believe that we actually did it. I can't believe we actually did it. I remember when we first started, we started visiting venues. We said, hey, you know what? This actually looks like it's going to be a pretty good idea. Then I made the announcement, and then just the shit hit the fan and all kinds of other stuff. But I think the takeaway from this is that, in terms of the whole CME, is that divisiveness is never ever going to bring people together. I know I say that, I mean, that's an obvious thing. But what I wanted to accomplish here with the CME is I'm not gonna try to alienate anybody. I'm not gonna try to talk junk on anybody. If guys wanna be here, they're more than welcome to be here. If they don't, for whatever reason, and there were some guys I wanted to come, they couldn't for personal reasons, for scheduling reasons, whatever the case may be. I wanted to work with men who were interested in just improving the lives of men, And again, I'm as guilty as anybody out there of the mudslinging every once in a while. But now, being a recipient of the mudslinging, I now understand the stress and the damage that it causes, that it can cause me. But what it really comes down to is that all the stuff that was said and done about me by who, what that really did is it hurt the community really more than it hurt anybody, right? And again, anytime we're infighting and we're doing hit pieces and doxing each other, nobody wins. Okay, it gets a few views in the beginning and you get all the comments, but at the end of the day, we're here for each other. And I think that this is a major statement to sort of show the world that, hey, this quote-unquote manosphere, whatever we decide to call it in the future, there is hope for us. I think I predicted maybe about a year ago, I said, listen, man, in 2 years, the manosphere is going to be defunct. It's not going to be anymore. And that's right around the time I came up with this idea. And so, listen, cheers to us for being able to put this thing together. Again, thank you all for being a part of the inaugural Conference of Masculine Excellence, and that is going to officially bring this to an end. Give yourselves a hand. And that is going to do it. We'll see you guys here next year. See ya.